What's going on, family? Shout out to the Black Squad. I am Kenyatta Black. Welcome to another quick episode of Konvos with Kenyatta. This will more than likely be a quick one. I posted something earlier and there was in my opinion, ridiculous response, yet it's a typical fucking response, as ridiculous as it is. But before we get there, make sure you are following me on Facebook. Make sure you are following me on Instagram. You definitely want to follow me on Instagram because the Live with Martin Swartz series will only be on Instagram from now on. You will not see Live with Martin Swartz on Facebook or on YouTube. Only on Instagram. So follow my Instagram for the Martin Swartz series. Make sure you are subscribed to my YouTube channel. Go ahead and click that subscribe button and then click that bell icon to make sure you are getting all notifications for when I go live, drop a video, or drop a short. Speaking of my shorts are better than your favorite YouTubers. And as always, if you like the content and you want to support the platform, go on and bless the Cash App, $ Black Squad, or you could go on and bless the PayPal. All of that is in the description box. Now, earlier today, I posted on Facebook, what did I say? I said if a woman has never broke bread on you before, what that means is a collective of women are saying that they see no value in you, or at best, they are questioning your value. Women spend money too. They just don't spend it on any and every man. Which obviously is a true statement. You know, the very first comment on that post was somebody asking, does value include looks or attractiveness? You know, does a woman, basically, I guess, does a woman calculate her, how much she is attracted to you in how much she values you? And the answer to that, of course, is yes. Motherfucker, yes. Why the fuck are you even asking some shit like that? That is a ridiculous question. I'm sorry. I'm not going to say it's a stupid question because I don't want to be rude. So I will say that is a ridiculous question. Of course, a woman is going to of course a woman is going to consider how attracted she is to you or not, and how much she, quote, values you. That's a silly fucking question, which is why I didn't even answer the fucking question, because I know exactly where that shit would fucking go. You, my friend, are another one of these dudes who, and let's just keep it real, we all do it. I do it myself. You are another one of these dudes who will be on YouTube and people's chat rooms going on and on about how women, want us to value X, Y, and Z about them but keep ignoring the A, B, and C that we keep telling them is what we actually value. You know, for example, women want us to value them being driven, or them being smart, or them being goal-oriented, or, the fact that she has some sort of title at her job, or the fact that she has a certain kind of job, or the fact that she makes a certain amount of money. And we keep telling women, no, we value we value youth, beauty, fertility. We value a woman being submissive, being agreeable. We value a woman being in shape, so on and so forth. But these women keep trying to offer us everything other than what the fuck we told them we value. And you dudes will sit online and go on and on and on about that shit, but then turn right the fuck around and try to do the exact fucking same thing to women. You're sitting over there with a whole gut and some man titties, but you want the woman to overlook that and value your intellect. You're sitting over there with, whatever shortcomings you have that are things that women value, but you want them to overlook those things and value you for your strong suits. It don't work that fucking way. It don't work that way. And the last fucking thing you're gonna do, the last thing you're gonna fucking do is come to the table, unattracted. Look, if a woman isn't attracted to you, she's just not fucking attracted to you. And I don't give a fuck who you are or what the fuck you have to offer a woman. You're in no fucking position to tell her, fuck what I look like. You should just like me because I'm me. You sound fucking retarded. And that's exactly where that fucking argument, that's exactly where that conversation would have went had I responded to the fucking question. Because there's only one reason why a grown fucking man would even ask that goddamn question. Why the fuck would a grown man actually ask another grown man if looks or whether or not she is attracted to you play a part in whether she values you or not? Of course it does. A person's looks is the first thing that you notice about them when you meet them or when you lay eyes on them for the first time. Isn't it? You don't notice their intellect. You don't notice their morals. You don't notice their bank account. You're not privy to none of those things. The first thing you notice about an individual when you lay eyes on them is what they look like. And then you go from there. Works that way for men and women. Now, of course, women are actually more willing to give a man, a couple of extra points or extra credit, for other things, other attributes, For example, a woman might look at you and determine that, physically on a scale of 1 to 10, you're a 5 or a 6. But because you make $150,000 a year, she's like, I'll give him a strong 7, 7.5. That $150,000 a year kind of makes him look better, right? Where on the flip side, a man ain't giving a woman extra fucking points on a scale of 1 to 10 for nothing. For nothing. It don't matter what kind of job you have. It don't matter how nice you are. It don't matter how submissive you are. Nothing else matters. When a man is determining, a woman's looks on a scale of 1 to 10, it is solely based on your looks and nothing else. You will get no extra points for any goddamn thing else. And see, that's another thing that the ladies don't really understand. Because like I said, women are willing to give men a few extra points here and there for other shit. So likewise, women are always thinking that, us and them operate the same fucking way. No, men don't operate that way. A man ain't giving you extra points for shit. If a man says you're a 5, it's solely based on your fucking looks. If a man says you're an 8, it's solely based on your fucking looks. Nothing else. Nothing else. But yeah, man, I find it to be childish and corny as all fucking hell that grown men want to sit around and try to argue that a man's looks or how attractive a man is or isn't shouldn't be a factor in whether or not a woman sees value in him. Of course it is, and of course that's not the end all be all. And any woman, I would say any woman who is making a man's looks the end all be all is an idiot. Any woman who's just, trying to base a man's value on his looks, she's gonna find herself in some shitty relationships with some shitty men. You might have some good looking, men on your resume, ladies, but I could pretty much guarantee you're gonna have some shitty relationships on your fucking resume too. Of course, there are other things that factor in to whether or not a woman values you or not. But looks is on the list too. And I'm trying to figure out, when are you dudes gonna stop trying to make virtues out of your fucking shortcomings and just accept reality for what the fuck it is? The same way you're always telling women to accept reality for what the fuck it is. I'm trying to figure out, well, when the fuck are you dudes gonna take your own fucking advice? Accept reality for what the fuck it is, fellas. All men are not created equal. Some men get the bitches, some men don't. Some men get the bitches easy, some men have to work a little harder for them. It's just the way it works, man. It's just the way it works. You got some men who can pull women just based off their looks. They don't even gotta say much. Walk up to a woman and spit the basics out of her. The basics, and I mean the bare basics, the bare minimum. What's your name? Where you from? You got a man? Let me get your number. That's it. That's it. That is it. What's up? How you doing? What's your name? Nice to meet you. You got a man? Nah. Shit, let me get your number. And get the number. 6, 7 times out of 10, get the number. And then you got dudes that gotta, spit all kind of game and make her laugh and hit her with compliments and, maintain eye contact and shit. Do all that shit to get the number. You know? Then you got, because look, man, apparently, apparently a lot of men are lucky if they get 1 or 2 out of 10 women to give them a number. Apparently, I mean, I would have never thought it was that bad. Because I never had such a low ratio. I never had such a low ratio. Never. And I'm not trying to act like I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet. I ain't trying to act like I'm the baddest motherfucker on the planet. I ain't no pimp. Hell, I ain't even no player. Keep it 100 with you. I ain't no player. I just, I just like women. You know what I'm saying? I just like women. And I've always enjoyed the company of women. You know, for obvious reasons. I've just never had a problem talking to women. And when I approach a woman to get a number, more often than not, I get the fucking number. So, what actually happened was I was on a platinum release panel one day, months ago. This is months ago. And, there's a bunch of dudes up there. And somebody asked me, if you were to approach 10 women, how many numbers would you expect to get? I said, 4 or 5, maybe 6 on a good day. And everybody was like, yo, that's 4 or 5, that's crazy, man. Even Platt was like, nah, bro, you'd be lucky to get 2. And I'm like, what? 2? Bro, if I go out somewhere, right, and I approach 10 women in an attempt to get their phone numbers, and only 2 of those fucking women give me their number, bruh, wherever the fuck I'm at, I'm just gonna leave and go home. Because clearly I ain't got it no more. Clearly, I would say to myself, goddamn, well, whatever the fuck I had in my 20s, whatever it factor it was that I used to have, clearly I don't have it no more, because goddamn. 2 out of 10? No, I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry. It could be a lot of factors, it could be, listen, if you're approaching 10 women and only 2 of them are giving you phone numbers, it's very possible that it could be for reasons that you can't help, right? It could be for reasons that you can't help. But there are certain things you can definitely help, such as hitting the fucking gym, such as the way you dress, such as the way you talk to a woman, right? There's certain things you could fucking help. And I submit to you that there are plenty of you getting shot down way more than you gotta be. You're missing out on opportunities with women way more than you have to be. Seriously, how many of you listening have been saying to yourself that you're gonna start working out for months now? Or years now, but you don't ever work out like you know you need to work out? Plenty of you. Okay. That could be an issue right there. And let's just keep it real. Most men can't dress for shit. Most men can't dress for shit. If we're just being all the way real, most men can't dress for shit. Y'all should have listened. Y'all should have listened to Kevin Samuels when you had the fucking chance. Tell you the fucking truth. A whole lot of you niggas. A whole lot of you niggas. Should have listened to Kevin Samuels when you had the fucking chance. You should have let that man dress you. You would have been better off. And we all know how men feel about that shit. But you would have been better off. You'd have been better off. I see a lot of the shit y'all dudes be wearing, bruh. Y'all motherfuckers can't dress. Y'all can't dress for shit. I'm sorry. And got the nerve to be trying to, say something about, brothers like myself who wear the fitteds and the snapbacks and shit. Meanwhile, you sitting over there with your fucking t-shirt tucked into your jeans. You sitting over there with your t-shirt tucked into your jeans. Nigga. There's only two kinds of people. There's only two kinds of men who tuck their t-shirt into their fucking jeans. Nerd-ass motherfuckers and country-ass motherfuckers. That's it. You either a nerd or a country motherfucker. Be tucking your shirt into your fucking jeans? What the fuck? Bruh. Somebody sitting there right now as they listening with they t-shirt tucked into their jeans. They like, I like my t-shirt tucked into my jeans. Fuck that nigga talking about. This shit kind of fly. No, it ain't. It ain't fly. It ain't fly. Nobody tucks their t-shirt into their jeans. It's the gayest shit in the fucking world. You look ridiculous. You look ridiculous. No woman in the history of women has ever looked at a man with his t-shirt tucked into his jeans and said, ooh, I want to fuck him. Never. Never. Never ever. The fuck? A lot of you would see your ratio go up if you'd learn how to dress. Take two. Take two. Obviously, I was attempting to get that done in one take, but Zuri had other plans. Zuri said, "Fuck your video, I'm hungry." So, had to put the video on pause and feed the firstborn. So, here we are, take two. Where was I? I believe I was going in on, the way some of you dudes be dressing, man. I see it on Facebook too, man. See it on Facebook. This is one brother on my page. He doesn't comment too often or like anything too often, but I couldn't help notice his profile picture. Now, mind you, this is a black man we talking about. Okay? Mind you, this is a black man we talking about here. This brother got the whole cowboy hat on with some Kumo D shades. One of those, I don't know what they even call them. It's like that Native American or Mexican shawl with the tassels all up and down it, with some blue jeans and some fucking cowboy boots. Black man. That's the dude that'll be in somebody's chat room complaining about the pussy he don't get. Which leads us to another issue. Black men who have rejected the culture they come from, yet can't seem to understand why it's so hard for them to get a black woman's phone number, to have a decent conversation with a black woman, to have a romantic relationship with a black woman, or to even just get a black woman in bed. I mean, being immersed in your own culture, it goes a long way with your ability to relate to the women of your culture. So many of you have rejected your culture from top to bottom. Like earlier today, I posted. A matter of fact, I wasn't too long ago. A couple hours ago, I posted. What I say? I said, since when did black men start sounding so nasally with no bass in their fucking voice? And that was me throwing a jab at a lot of you brothers who think you sound more intelligent when you talk that way. That was me throwing a jab at you brothers who intentionally take the bass out of your fucking voice because as a black man in America, you want to come across as least threatening as possible. You want to come across as you don't want to be perceived as a threat. So you think if you take the bass out of your fucking voice, and speak more, like a stereotypical white guy, you think that makes you sound more intelligent. You think that other groups of people will, won't perceive you as a threat. Other groups of people will be more comfortable with you because you've neutered your fucking self. But then on the flip side, you're wondering why it's so hard for you to relate to a black woman or to get a black woman to relate to you while you have rejected your culture. And nobody's saying, I'm not suggesting 1 minute that you go to the fucking extreme and start sounding like a ignorant bastard. Yo, what's up, my brother? Yo, ain't nobody saying all that. You can be articulate and well-spoken and come across intelligent without intentionally sounding like this because you think it makes you sound smarter. You don't listen. You don't have to put on your best white guy impersonation when you open your mouth, okay? Because look, man, you look fucking ridiculous. You see how I sound and look right now? Don't I sound and look fucking ridiculous? Well, this is how the fuck you sound when you do this, all right? All right? And you're not fooling any white people. They know you don't talk like this, all right? There's a white guy listening right now who's laughing his fucking ass off because he's so fucking glad that a fucking black guy finally fucking said it. Like, Jesus Christ, we know you don't talk that way, buddy, all right? Cut the shit. Just cut the fucking malarkey, man. Stop it, Tyrone. We know you don't fucking talk like that, all right? Just stop it. It's insulting. And then you have the nerve to call us culture vultures. Jesus Christ. You call me a fucking culture vulture, but listen to you, Tyrone. You don't fucking sound like that. I'm so sick of you fucking Negroes jumping on these fucking videos trying to do your best white guy impersonation. And I know white guys are fucking sick of it too. I know white dudes be sitting there like, I really don't think that black guy sounds like that. I really don't. I really. You're right, Steve. He doesn't sound like that. He doesn't sound like that. Is not how he really talks. That is not how he really talks. A good example of that shit would be Jesse Lee Peterson. That Negro takes all the bass out of his voice. All the bass out of his voice. And that's why they do it. I want all of you, specifically white guys, to know that is why some black men do that shit. That's why they do that shit. They take the bass out of their fucking voice because they want to come across non-threatening. They think that you, as white people, will be more comfortable around them if they're more, soft-spoken and no bass in their fucking voice. Now, any man would say to himself, well, that's not a fucking man. It's not a man, that's a fucking slave. That's a fucking slave. That's a Negro that still has a slave mentality. And they're all over YouTube. They're all over YouTube. A whole lot of your favorite content creators fit the bill. But in relation to what we're talking about here, you rejected your culture. You speak a certain way intentionally because you think it makes you sound more intelligent. You think it makes you non-threatening. Truth be told, a lot of you are trying your best to become honorary white men, even though white men struck no such deal with you. They struck no such deal with you. Like side note, Shakur Stevenson. Shakur Stevenson is a brown-nosing motherfucker if there's ever been one. And it keeps backfiring on him. It keeps backfiring on him. I'll give you an example of a brown-nosing Negro. Shakur Stevenson. What was that, last year? I think that was last year. Was that 2021 or 2022? I think it was last year. It was either 2021 or 2022 when Shakur Stevenson was up or was being considered for Fighter of the Year. And matter of fact, that was last year because while Shakur Stevenson was watching the Tyson Fury and Dylan White fight, he was on video just oohing and awing over Tyson Fury. I mean, if you go and look at that video, you would think that Shakur Stevenson was reacting to the second coming of Jesus. When, truth be told, there's really nothing special about Tyson Fury. There's really nothing special about him. There's nothing special about him. Especially for a heavyweight, he's got pillows for fucking hands. Look at his knockout ratio. He's got pillows for hands. There's nothing special about him. And to that, some people will say, well, he beat Deontay Wilder. I've been saying for the longest, ain't really nothing special about Deontay Wilder except his right hand. I said for the fucking longest, Deontay Wilder has the worst footwork of any heavyweight I've ever fucking seen in my life. And you can include George Foreman in that. George Foreman had better fucking footwork than Deontay Wilder. I've been saying for years, if Deontay Wilder would work on his fucking footwork and stringing his fucking punches together and stop relying on that big right hand and work on some fucking head movement, Deontay Wilder, at least in this era, against this competition in the heavyweight division, he'd be fucking unbeatable. And sure enough, he ran into somebody, Tyson Fury, where his terrible fucking footwork, his lack of fucking head movement, and his lack of ability to string his fucking punches together resulted in what the fuck happened. Just like I fucking said it inevitably would. But getting back to the point. So, Shakur Stevenson is sitting there oohing and awing over Tyson Fury on video like this man was the second coming of Jesus. Had the fucking nerve to say that Tyson Fury is better than Muhammad Ali, and that if Muhammad Ali and Tyson Fury were to fight, Tyson Fury would fucking win. A blasphemous statement. And don't you know, like I said, Shakur Stevenson was he was being considered for Fighter of the Year last year. Guess who they gave it to? Tyson Fury. Now wait a minute. Check the pattern. Check the pattern. A couple days ago, you had the Devin Haney and Lomachenko fight. Right? You had the Devin Haney and Lomachenko fight. Devin Haney won that fucking fight. 8 rounds to 4. Okay? 8 rounds to 4. Shakur Stevenson gonna get his brown-nosing ass in that fucking ring and say that Lomachenko won that fight and that Lomachenko should be undisputed. Then now, after the fact, now that Shakur Stevenson has had an opportunity to watch the fight, you know, on a screen instead of, you know, in the stand or in the seats live where you can miss some things. Now he wants to come back, try to save face and say, well, the fight was closer than I thought it was. I would say, he said he would say that Lomachenko still won the fight 7 rounds to 5. Or at best, it was a draw. Bullshit. Bullshit. The truth of the matter is, you saw the fight on screen, and now you see that Haney did win that fucking fight, but you're not man enough to admit when you're fucking wrong, and just say that you were fucking wrong and give Haney the credit he fucking deserves. But look at what the fuck just happened, though. Shakur Brown-Nosing Stevenson jumped up in that fucking ring when that fight was over and said, oh, Lomachenko won this fight. He got robbed. He should be undisputed. Don't you know Shakur Stevenson? Shakur Stevenson was Devin Haney's mandatory. You know, what was that, either earlier this morning or yesterday, it just came out that the WBC has Lomachenko ranked as the #1 contender over Shakur Stevenson. So basically, Lomachenko is now Devin Haney's mandatory. It's supposed to be Shakur Stevenson. Lomachenko just lost to Devin Haney. How the fuck is he the mandatory now? But I say this to say, this is where brown-nosing and trying to kiss people ass who never struck a deal with you will get you. You can't be running around here kissing the ass of people, kissing people's ass thinking it's gonna get you something in return when the people whose asses you're kissing never struck a deal with you. You're just kissing ass for no reason. I mean, if you're gonna be a brown nosing kiss ass, at least be a strategic brown nosing kiss ass. You know, you're supposed to get something in return for your brown nosing and your ass kissing. Shakur Stevenson keeps getting fucked over for his brown nosing and ass kissing. Everybody he brown nose, every time he brown noses and ass kisses, he loses something, and he loses it to the person he's brown nosing and ass kissing. You see, the reason Shakur Stevenson was doing that is because Shakur Stevenson, somebody is in Shakur Stevenson's fucking ear, telling him that he needs to stay within the good graces of old media. You know, like ESPN and Ring Magazine. So apparently Shakur Stevenson thinks if he kisses white fighters' asses, that'll keep him in the good graces of people like ESPN and Ring Magazine, you know, mainstream media. Ain't working out for him. Ain't working out for him the same way all your brown nosing and ass kissing ain't working out for you Negroes either. I don't see none of you brown nosing and ass kissing Negroes with 600,000 followers, subscribers on YouTube in exchange for your brown nosing and ass kissing and buck dancing and boot licking. Negroes is tap dancing for nothing. Put some bass in your voice, Negro. Put some bass in your voice. Fucking cornballs, man. Fucking cornballs. And I'm at the point now, man, where I don't even care no more. I don't even give a fuck no more. I'm at the point now where I would much rather build a following or subscribership or viewership of men, you know, men like me, men like myself, men who actually have a sense of humor, men who are not on one side of the extreme or the other, men who are actually relatable, men who are not afraid to be men, men who do more than just fucking complain all goddamn day. Men who are about self-improvement as opposed to attempting to make virtues out of shortcomings. You know, I heard a Negro suggest that a man's ability to fight, whether a man has the ability to fight or not, has no bearing on his manhood. Can you fucking believe that a dude would say some dumb shit like that? Can you believe that a dude would really try to tell that kind of fucking lie? Since when? Since when? Since when does a man's ability to fight or not have no bearing on his manhood? Since when? Since when? Because since the literal dawn of man, a man's ability to fight has had bearing on his manhood. A man's ability to fight is in part the measure of a man. And you know that it is. You know that it is. Because what are you always presenting to women? What are you always presenting to women? Your ability to provide and protect. Now, there are multiple ways to protect. So, protect can be interpreted in a multiplicity of ways. However, one of those ways is your ability to physically protect this woman. Now, on the flip side, as far as women are concerned, if you were to ask a woman, what are some of the things that, you require Hold on one second. Hold on one second. All right. My girl texted me. On the flip side, if you were to ask a woman, what are some of the things that you require of a man? To protect and provide is going to be one of the first three things that comes out of her fucking mouth. And even from the woman's perspective, women not being, at least not typically, being as violent as men are, when she says protect, she is partially talking about your ability to physically protect her if need be. Because as far as both men and women are concerned, part of the measure of a man is his ability to fight. His ability to be violent if necessary. His ability to repel a violent threat with violence if necessary. That is in part, the measure of a man. So I would love to know who these new motherfuckers are acting as though it is not, and sitting around seriously trying to articulate why it's okay to be a grown fucking man that can't fight. You mean to tell me you are a grown fucking man and just in your own spare time around the fucking house, you never just posted up at the corner of a door frame? You could use a door frame for reference like it's an actual person, and just practice stringing punches together, just so you can get the basic movements. Never, ever, ever, ever. You mean to tell me you're a grown fucking man, and if another grown man attacked you, you ain't even capable of at least just being able to keep a motherfucker off you? You mean to tell me you're a grown fucking man, and if another grown man had intentions of whooping your ass, there's little to nothing you can do to stop it from happening. There's nothing acceptable about that, bro. There is nothing acceptable about that. That is unacceptable. That is unacceptable. I'll tell you right now, I don't want my goddamn daughter coming home with no man like that. I don't want my daughter coming home with no man who couldn't protect her physically if need be. Hell no. Where the fuck did you find this pussy? Is what the fuck I'm gonna ask her. Where did you find this pussy? Wherever the fuck you found him, take him back. The fuck you mean? Bruh. Y'all gotta stop trying to make virtues out of shortcomings. You sound ridiculous. Sound ridiculous. What's next? What's next? All the little dick motherfuckers on YouTube gonna try to be running around here convincing women that 3 inches is enough. Like, what the fuck? What is wrong with you dudes, bro? Y'all some fucking... Y'all motherfuckers is just lames, man. There's no really, let's just put it plain and simple. We don't gotta try to get articulate about it. Y'all some fucking lames. Y'all some fucking lames, and you think that, you know, you finally found a space for yourselves where you could just be lames out in the fucking open. And because it's a bunch of you, the rest of us aren't gonna recognize how fucking lame you are. You know, because it's a bunch of you, the rest of us are supposed to perceive this shit as being normal. It ain't normal, bro. It ain't normal. It ain't fucking normal. It ain't normal, man. But I went off into a whole rant over that one dude leaving that ridiculous comment asking, you know, does a man's looks or how attractive a man is factor into whether or not a woman places value on him? And again, of course it does. Of course it does. You know, obviously, what a man looks like isn't the end all be all for women, but it's part of it. And why wouldn't it be? And like I said in the beginning of the video, the only reason a grown man is even asking that fucking question is because he is of the opinion that it shouldn't. He is of the opinion that what a man looks like should have nothing to do with whether or not a woman values him or not. To which I say is fucking preposterous. Why wouldn't it? Why wouldn't it? And the only reason you don't want a man's looks to be factored into it is because you don't perceive either A, you don't perceive yourself to be attractive, or you've come to understand that, you know, based on your experiences, that women don't find you to be that attractive. So you want women to just throw, you know, whether they're attracted to you or not, you want them to throw that out the fucking window. And that's not how the fucking world works, bro. That's not how the world works. Like I said, all men are not created equal. Some men get women just with their looks alone. And everything else is a cherry on top for females. Everything else about them is just a cherry on top. They can get girls just based on how they look. There's some men can't get a woman to save their life. We call those incels.
I call the black incels nigcels. Nigcels and nigger nerds. The nigcels and nigger nerds are a fucking problem. Nigcels and nigger nerds are the worst fucking thing that ever happened to the black manosphere. Nigcels and nigger nerds fucked up the black manosphere. And that's the fucking truth. That is the God honest truth. Nigcels and nigger nerds fucked up the black manosphere. Fucked it up. Good example, Obsidian. Good example. Fucked up the black manosphere. But I think that's about it for my rant. This has been yet another episode of Konvos with Kenyatta. Gonna get up out of here and go upstairs to the roof and barbecue some chicken with my girl and my daughter. We're gonna have a little kickback on the roof. Bring some Moscato upstairs and get our sip on and eat this barbecue. I don't know what she's making with the barbecue. Whatever it is, I'm sure it'll be good. My girl can cook, bruh. My girl can cook, bruh. And matter of fact, that I'm gonna do another video. I'm gonna do a video about how do I even word it? Like, okay, if you were to ask a man, right? If you were to ask a man, would you rather have a woman who can cook, like cook for real? Like my girl cook for real, right? Would you rather have a woman who can cook, or would you rather have a woman who's great in bed? Right? Because look, some men will say, fuck it. Fuck the food, give me the woman who's good in bed. Look, we're gonna get into that. I think that'll make a good video. We're gonna talk, I'll see about it. I'll try to do the video a little later, see how it comes out. If it comes out good, you'll see it later. So, that being said, I'm out of here. I am Kenyatta Black. This has been another episode of Konvos with Kenyatta. I hope you enjoyed it as much as I did. Follow me on Facebook. Follow me on Instagram so you can see the Live with Martin Schwartz series. As I have previously stated numerous times, the Live with Martin Schwartz series will only be viewable on Instagram. So if you have grown to be a fan of the Live with Martin Schwartz series, you are going to have to follow me on Instagram so you can continue to enjoy the series. And make sure you subscribe to my YouTube channel by clicking that subscribe button and click that bell icon to make sure you are getting all notifications for when I go live, drop a video, or drop a short. And as always, if you like the content and you want to support the platform, go ahead and bless the Cash App or bless the PayPal. All of that is in the description box. Matter of fact, the Cash App is right up there in the left-hand corner. You see it? It's right there. Right there. Go ahead and hit that Cash App, $ Black Squad. Because your boy's poor. I'm poor, man. I am so poor. I'm so poor. Let me get $2. Come on, man. Let me get $2. Let me get $2. Let me get $2 so I can get a blunt, yo. Let me borrow $1 so I can get a blunt, yo. Y'all remember that video? I don't think y'all remember that video. I'm going to pull... There's a video I did, man, last year called Questions. It was like in real form, but I did like 8, 9, 10 parts of it. And that shit was funny as hell. It was about this dude. I went to the fucking store and some dude came up to me and asked me for $1 to get a blunt. And immediately so many questions just popped into my head, you know. Like, first of all, motherfucker, how you got the weed, but you don't got $1 for a blunt? Like, how? You spend at least $20 on the fucking weed, nigga. You don't have $1 for the blunt? And why you couldn't ask one of your baby mamas for $1? Because I know you got out. If you out here asking grown fucking men for $1, I know you got a few baby mamas, motherfucker. Because you ain't got it together. You know, so many questions. I think I'm gonna put that video together. I think I'm gonna put all the parts together and put that on YouTube. That shit was funny as hell. But like I said, man, I'm gonna get up out of here. Shout out to the Black Squad family. I appreciate y'all like you wouldn't believe. Until next time, I am Kenyatta Black. And all you nigga nerds and nig cells can kiss my black ass. Fuck you, nigga. Fuck you. You lame. You gonna be a lame all your motherfucking life. And I'm still gonna be me. Look at me. I'm so handsome. Look at me, the beard. You know, the bitches love beards. Bitches love dudes with beards. You know what I'm saying? Look at me. I can say bitches and still get phone numbers. You know what I'm saying? Motherfucker like you go out somewhere talking about these bitches, man. You gonna have 10 bad bitches jumping your ass. Cause you a nerd, nigga. You a fucking nerd. You can't do what I do. Sucker ass motherfucker. You a fucking sucker. Sucker ass niggas. Can't stand you motherfuckers. Can't fucking stand you. Bitch made motherfuckers. Your daddy should have pulled out and your mama should have swallowed you. Deuces. Bitch ass nigga. Yeah.